Okay, so here I have my journal that I use quite often, and it's a 9x6 Jane Davenport. I just painted no texture here and texture on this one. Okay, we also need some proper paints. I think we do, and we are going to use this palette. Yeah, so here we have mostly of the colors that I've made. We have some colors that are like tester paints, so they never made it. Well, they might one day with some work, but many of these colors you can find in the shop. But for the first part, I'm actually going to use my studio palette, and this is made up of mostly Daniel Smith, White Knight, and we have some Old Holland here too. And I want to get a lot of different skin tones, so that is why I'm using my palette, so to speak. So I'm thinking if I put it here, we don't need those quite yet, then maybe you can see what I'm mixing if you're interested in that. Okay, so I'm just going to take a brush that I am comfortable with, and we're going to start. So what I'm going to do is do a lot of mermaids, and these are not pretty, sexy, big boobs mermaids. These are just fun color blocking, getting some shape, getting some flow. You know, when you start to paint, you just want to get it going, having a fun idea. So as you can see, my palette is in no way clean, and that is what I like about it. I really like this, and I can sort of tell what I've been working on. Well, sometimes I can anyway. So here I have like something that resembles a skin tone, and what I do is I have Perylene Violet here, and I like to mix that if we're going to make a new one, depending on how light dark you want it. But I'm going to take some color here that is Rosiana from Mont Amiat, I think, and just going to mix that in. And if you, okay, so this is a pretty standard, I don't know if you can call any skin tone standard, but if we start with this one, and let's start over here. So first I'm just going to do a face, and like I said, this is not like pretty illustration, it's just fun color blocking exercise. And then I make a very soft triangle connecting, so it has a neck, she, the mermaid, that is the body, and then we have some arms. Maybe this mermaid is holding something, I don't know, and then maybe she has another arm, because sometimes people have two arms. Okay, like that, and that is one upper body. So if I say, okay, this skin tone is like a medium skin tone, I want it a bit darker, then I decide what kind of undertone do I want to mix into it. So if I want it a bit darker, maybe I go with Perylene Green. Now this is a strong color, so I don't add too much. This will give it a bit cooler tone, and let's do one here. Now this mix is starting to sort of run out, and maybe we want a bit more of a warmer tone. Then I like to go in with, depending a bit on what you have and what you like, but I have some burnt sienna right here, so I'm just going to pop that in, and this will give you a warmer skin tone. Then if you, so this one, because we have that green and the purple, gives it a bit cooler. This one will be more warm, but we still have that green. And here you can also see the difference on how the colors dry, depending on if it's on the textured side or on the non-textured side. Maybe this one wants to swim up. Okay, maybe we want one that is a bit more pink, so I'm going to put in some of this red mixture. And skin color I think is really fun because you can alter it so much just by adding a very little hint of any color. And here I want that arm to be behind her, but we're working wet into wet, so what I'm just doing is going as close as I can, but leaving a white border, because I don't want it to blend. But I still want there to be like, oh, it's close, it's behind, but it's not touching. Okay, I still feel like we need one that is a bit darker, but a darker, warmer tone. Okay, so I'm going to take my Perylene Violet, and I'm going to take some Mars Yellow, Mayan Yellow, sorry. And I like this one because it's very good middle of the road yellow. It's not cool and it's not too warm. So here we're starting to get that really nice rich color. And instead of green this time, I'm going to add in a little bit of indigo. So indigo will deepen the skin tone without getting it too cold. I mean, it is a blue, but it's not as cold as the Perylene green is cold. Okay, I think that, and I also want to have a little bit of that pinky undertone in this one. I like that. Okay, and where should we put this one? Maybe we can put her here with that tail, go there, that tail here, up here, I think. Oh, look at that, that was nice. So I've been watching quite a lot of beauty gurus on YouTube. Mostly I just enjoy having YouTube videos on that has a lot of like talking, that talks a lot. And beauty gurus, they do nothing but talking. So that's good. But I've been watching quite a few, and one that I've been watching, she is so pretty. Nima Tang, I think. She is just gorgeous. Okay, let's do this one like that. I think that's nice. Okay. Now you can do more or less, but I think for the size of the page, and I'm still going to add in the tails and the hair, I think that will be good. Okay, so the next step we're going to do, moving that aside, is doing the tails, which is very fun, and that is where our fun palette comes in. Okay, and I'm just going to switch to a nylon brush, and I'm going to switch water because I always have another water for the metallic. So another tip I have working with these kind of paints is that I like to work with a nylon brush, because it is a lot of wear on the brush when you paint, and especially when you have it in these pans. You rub your brush into the paint, you rub it against the plastic, you rub against this metal, and you need to dig a little bit more. Now, I really try to get my paints as easy to re-wet as possible, but you still need to do it because it is a metallic pigment. So I like to do a nylon brush for that. Otherwise I prefer a natural hair. I find that they last longer, hold water better, but when I'm switching a lot, between different colors and that I like to do a nylon brush. So this is just a Studio Synthetic from Jackson. The other one I had was a quill from Jackson. So, I mean, the brushes are not expensive. Okay, so what colors should we choose? So I'm going to go in with Iris, which is really, really pretty, and one of the first colors that I put up in the shop. So special. Okay, so what I imagine here is that the mermaid is laying on her back, sort of leaning backwards. So we have that, and then just going to exaggerate her tail here. Now this paper is very, very sensitive for fingerprints, but if you just like work it, usually it's fine. And then the little tail fins, like so, yeah. And I think you can see when I'm working with this paint, it's not that hard to re-wet, but still I like to try to take care of my stuff anyway. Like that. And I think we need to add something into that. So I'm going to go in with this very light yellow pearlescent color that is Gunnel. And I'm just going to drop it in to get a little bit of color shift so that it can sort of mimic the scales. Something like that. Okay. Then we have this one, and I'm thinking something pink, and I'm thinking I'm going to go in with Astor. Astor is a reddish pink. It's a very a warm pink, and it has a green shift to it, which I think is kind of cool. Okay, so what if she has bent like that? And here I'm going to do the same. This fin is behind, so I'm just leaving a very, very light white border. Okay. And I think we need to do some dropping into this one too. Gonna leak again because of that light yellow greenish. I think that would look nice. Okay, something like that. Okay, this one I know exactly what color I want to use with this one. This color is not in stock yet. It is called Wisteria. No, it is called Vendela. And I posted this on Instagram like straight when I made it, and I was like, I need a name, and someone was like, it's Vendela, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, it is Vendela. But this color is not scheduled to go out for quite some time, but I'm sorry, I just really like playing with it, so I'm going to use it. That is something of the hardest part, is it takes so long for them to dry, so it takes a really long time between the first time I make it and then once I can actually like officially talk about it, when it's, because I don't think it's very fun hearing like, oh, I have a new color, it comes in 6 months, you know. But yeah, that is the truth. It's the truth of it. So sadly. Okay, I love that. And I think I'm going to go in with Astor. No, with Myken. So Myken is just a very light pearlescent one. And I'm just going to drop in a few here. Like that. Okay. Now, when you have these that have a bit darker skin tone, I really love that because I just love the combination of a dark rich skin tone with yellow. I am very pale. I cannot wear yellow. I look sick. So I'm a bit jealous, but I can paint darker people with yellow. So that's something, I suppose. So I'm going to go with Balder because it's one of my favorite. So Balder is a rich gold, like it's not gold, like it's not gold. It is a rich yellow with yellow sparkle. It's not gold, but I know it looks like it. So I think this one should be here. And we should do something like that. Yes. And I really like that when you first make like the bodies, they look kind of odd and stiff, and then when you add in the tail, you're like, oh, they have so much life. Oh. Okay. And in this one, I'm feeling we should add in a bit of green. So I'm actually going with iris here, I think. It will be quite bold. Oh, that is pretty. Okay. Some lines. And just very lightly. Okay, that is pretty. The last one, I think we're going to go in with, should we do a blue or another purple? I do like my purples. Yeah, no. I think we should go in with Hedwig, which is right next to Iris in my little palette here, and it's so pearly and minty and fresh and just so pretty. And I think we're going to go in with the Astor on this one, because why not? Why not? You forgot the tail feathers, we were so excited. Okay, something like that. I think we can get like an idea of who they are right now. Then we're going to add in, because they need to protect their modesty. Well, really I just want to add in more color, but let's say they want to protect their modesty. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to pretend to cover up. So I'm going to go in with Balder here because I want to sort of use the colors I have to make it a bit more cohesive on the page. And then on this one with Astor, I think I'm going to go in with Hedwig. And I'm just making blobs. So, Vendela, this, oh, that is pretty. Oh. And then Astor. And then here, so you see I'm changing colors all the time, so that's why I'm making sure I have a good brush and water for this. So I'm just going to suck that up a bit. Okay, so I just want this to dry before we're going and adding in the hair. So it has dried, and as you can see it is quite shimmery, very, very pretty. But we have, so transparent in the bodies, the metallic viola are transparent, and I really just want to have fun on this spread. So I thought it would be fun to play with some paint markers, some acrylic markers, and there are many different brands. The one I have is the Pandora, but it's actually Pebeo, so it's produced by Pebeo. And I have a few different colors, and I also have a few of these Jane Davenport, and we actually have some mermaid, jellyfish, Bali blue. So yeah, I have a few different. So this is what I'm going to use for making the hair. That is my plan. Okay, so our little mermaids, they have got some hair, and I think they look really, really cute. So yeah, the last thing I will do is just go in with color pencils and add some fun details. So there you go. That is my finished little mermaid. No, we need some white. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we definitely need some white. But yeah, that is my little finished mermaid spread. I think these look really fun. And they're really easy to make because it's not really about making them look perfect. It's just having fun, exploring, and trying out new things. And yeah, I think they look really fun together, and I really like the mix of all the different media. We have watercolor, we have metallic or glittery watercolor, the paint pens that adds that sort of opaque element, and then pencil that adds that sort of semi-opaque, translucent. And I just think that is so much fun to work with. So yeah, that is my page for you. I hope you liked it and that you will give it a try. I really like it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have liked this video, if you want to see more, hit the like button, and there is a subscribe button if you want to subscribe. And yeah, I hope to see you soon.